Alright.
Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days.
We've come not in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything?
If my controller could stop fucking up.
Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. While that was all going on, the great big one tore to the west side of the bazaar. You'd have better luck asking there.
Crunch, 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 crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Alright. I got a snack.
Shank, shank, rattle, rattle. Shink, shank, rattle, rattle.
Ah, I'm hungry.
I'm not judging you, I'm just making fun of you. I like that, actually. I like that. It's a good line. I'm not judging you, I'm just making fun of you. You know, as friends do. Zetinar is next, I take it?
Yep.
What?
This guy looks like he has a pretty gravelly voice, or at least deep.
Something the matter, traveler? If you're lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We're not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? Aye, I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the fiend, its massive body bursting through that entry with the force of a tidal wave. Then it was gone as quickly as it came.
And there's number 3 over here.
Radvira. There's a guy. We talking to him?
Yep.
Alright.
Sisters, have mercy. What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe?
Settle down, friend. The danger is past, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw?
First, I heard the screams. Then a horde of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a marad elephant, throwing people around like ragdolls. And it was eating them. I hid under the counter. Saw others do the same. Shrieking and wailing kept getting louder. More voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't...
That is enough, my good man. You're brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived mostly unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that is the most we can expect the people here to tell us. I think it best we find a place outside the bazaar where we might rest and review our findings.
Alright, we at the destination?
Now we are. Garaha.
Right.
Alright. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetherite Plaza.
Ah, shit, I accidentally skipped the dialogue box.
In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in that Mayhain can surely tell us more.
That. Merides Mayhain. Or probably just pronounced Maine if I were to crack a guess. It's India pronunciation. I don't really have much familiarity with this stuff.
Oh, this wouldn't be a problem if you hadn't skipped the dialogue box.
Sorry, it was an accident.
You don't, so you... It may have been. Don't criticize my pronunciation. No, it may definitely have been.
Whatever. Anyway. Alright.
Fearful Hill.
Alright,
Well, let me know when you're in dialogue.
Yeah.
Alright.
going after that enormous beast, are you? I saw it. Including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn the gods for putting me there. It started over there by the window. Few men, merchants, probably, talking and drinking.
The conversation must have taken a turn for the worse. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands, and black mist was swirling around him. Then his whole body bursts apart, and there stands a hideous slavering beast, massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, and the black mist comes again until the change takes them too. Stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade. Not much cause to mingle with their sort. Some Leo the barmaid chatting with them, though. She might know something. Gotta talk to another person over here first. Rulmira. It's a cool name, I like it. Rulmira. Our dialogue?
Yep.
Even after repairing all that damage, it'll take a while for business to pick up again. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it, anyway. I saw it too. We all did. I was standing here at the counter as Merritt poured me a drink, when suddenly there came this dreadful sound, like a pained, angry groan. It wasn't like anything I've ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. Guess what happened next? To recall it sends a shiver up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip outside before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Merid, myself, and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the Radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage.
So the beast caused the skies?
Their appearance or mass appearance. Inspiration.
Alright, Miliel.
What do you say to us?
Disabling auto advance. We have dialogue?
Yep.
Aye.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to Merid's Main. What can we get you? We have come not for libations, but rather for information. You are Miliel, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on the Satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Kalzal was his name. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the exports of Thavnarian specialties. What do we say?
Wait, we met him before, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the guy, that was how we met Matsya.
Yeah.
He was the guy who couldn't sell his fish.
He was the first in town.
Yep.
So, which one do we choose?
I chose the bottom one.
Alright. God damn it, controller, why do you keep doing this? Hold on a minute. You might lose audio on me for a minute.
For a guy we knew, we got killed off screen. Alright.
Give me a moment.
When we first came to Thavnir, there was an aura. The fishing business was bad, so they couldn't buy the fish off Mutz yet. Kind of helped both out a bit.
Alright, give me a second. Alright, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, hopefully that should at least stall my controller fucking up. Except now Final Fantasy XIV doesn't seem to be detecting it. God damn it! What the hell?
Yes, the name Recall correctly, Kazal ran a trading operation in Yedlamid, and it was there that you made Matya's acquaintance.
Yes, that is the same Kazal, no doubt. A rather successful man, from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was.
Trying times for the head of a trading consortium indeed.
Kazal was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting as far as I could hear. Yet as they discussed matters further, Kazal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that...
Forgive me. I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kazal in particular? Please, anything at all.
Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Kazal lived for his work, and he had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors knew something I do not. I can direct you to them if you believe it would help. What do you say?
But Daniel is in the ethereal sea, giggling gleefully to himself somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's just watching all this like, this is what I wanted.
Okay. If at any point we go to the ethereal sea looking for Highland or something, I hope we meet him again and we get to punch him. Just extra hard. See how he's sold.
Alright, Miliel. Let's talk to her again.
Kazal made his home in Kama, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Kazal lived there since childhood, and was known throughout the neighborhood.
Kama. The name is new to me. How do we get there?
I'll write down some directions. I cannot promise that you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it is a start.
Come, let's see where this lead takes us.
Alright, Graha's accompanying us.
I am.
Maybe we should bring some light or something to the ethereal sea just to make the doubly shine.
I mean, technically, when he comes back this time, he'll be a new person, right?
Yeah, when he eventually reincarnates. Do we want to talk with Graha at this optional bubble or just go?
Filter. This is ask for directions. Never mind.
Let's just go.
I don't think I can really go much longer. I do have some stuff I need to get done tonight.
Right.
I have another hour most myself. So. How long do you have? Okay.
I don't know. I'd really probably less than half an hour. Like, are we close to another? Are we close to like a trial or something? Or
Oh no,
is it just-
next trial isn't until level 89.
89. Like right before the
Jesus.
final trial.
Well, I mean, that's how it's been for like all of the expansions so far. You usually get a trial that's like one level before the highest level before you go to the final
You
zone.
mentioned it. Like
Okay, we need to go
Lakshmi
upstairs.
was like 87, 88 or something.
Well, most of the time that's how it is. Like, Innocence was level 89 or level 79, whatever.
God, trying to navigate this place is a pain.
Well, I made it to the spot.
We're nearly there.
I'm not going. And made it.
All
right.
And this must be Karma. We've arrived at last. Let us begin questioning the residents without delay. I accidentally skipped dialogue again, god damn it.
No doubt someone here can tell us about Colors.
Given recent events, I imagine many are taking shelter indoors.
Let's go do some breaking and entering with Graha, our boy. That seems like a sound plan.
Just, if there's any shells he needs to reach, be ready to lift them up.
Ethernet.
Ethernet shy. My neck did a thing.
We've been down attuned to all the shards. But we still cannot do the one. We still cannot do the big one now. Where's the thing?
Gotta go into buildings. There are doors.
Oh, there are doors.
That's why I said we're doing some breaking and entering with our boy. We have to go inside.
I found Mati.
Mati.
An old crone.
Kalazal, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return, he'd spend his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easily as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really, what with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night I heard the door open. I looked out to see Kazal sitting on a bench, his head hung low. A man with the weight of the world on his shoulders.
I see. The situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing to speak of, other than the troubles with his consortium. He was the same old Kalzal, cordial and honest, like always. These questions you are asking. Has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am, I've heard little about these bizarre goings-on.
Rest assured, the city is safe for now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter and be prepared to take refuge should the Satrap order it.
The guy's dead. Oh, I wouldn't say the guy's dead, but a bit more than that.
He's dead and then some.
He does not exist anymore. Elephant man.
Pariga.
Or elephant woman, I don't know.
He's not wearing a shirt, so I assume man.
Could you come back another time? I just woke up and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Thavner. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Kalzal? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Kalzal? Aye, I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around, thanks to a generous order from Vritra Fibers. Why, he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Jinbaha might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. That name is so hard for me to pronounce. Jinabaha Vritra Fibers. Sounds promising.
So shall we go deal with that and then call it? Alright, the nearest Ethernet shard is straight up Vritra Fibers.
These shards, we have those now.
Yeah. Can't use the big crystal, but we can use the little ones. Shit.
Oh right, yeah, we can't do that.
We have to go on foot because people are following.
God
damn it.
To the right where we were? He was to be there?
We have to go back to the main. Because that's where he dropped himself.
Where, sorry?
The main. Merid's main. Mayhain, whatever you want to call it. Where we talk to Melil.
We gotta go all. We gotta go. God damn it. We have to go all the way back.
I mean, it's not. I mean, you can just teleport to the main and then you can leave running it. Irritating but manageable. You can pop Sprint and be fine. Just don't pop Peloton, or you will leave him behind.
I sense flaws in this system.
Yeah, I like it conceptually, but it has a few kinks that it kind of has to work out, and the inability to teleport when people are following you is one of them. Hopefully they can address that in the future, yeah, for the added convenience. But then again, they did put a lot of work, I imagine, into all the side dialogue you could potentially have, so I can see why they'd want to encourage you to actually do that exploration. But still.
You can leave notes like that, where it's like, oh, he's gone. Shit.
Just go back and get him and then run all the way, yeah. Big crowd of people hanging out in Dharma. Alright, I made it to Jinabaha.
I did as well.
Tom?
Yep, I'm next to Thanatos.
Alright. Alright. Cutscene, not voiced.
And hurry, I say. There's no time to waste. Pardon me, but you're in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions that we'd like to... I'm sorry, but I simply don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask the others what to put where.
So a little bit of a chore or two, and then we get our discussion.
And you can carry our fabrics. Go through that door and speak with Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Remember, these textiles are our livelihood. Handle them with care.
Alright, I'm at Kamala.
Thanatos on his way.
Pretty sure Kamala is the lady.
That does seem to be the outfit the female Tanga wear.
Alright, we here?
Yep, waiting on you.
Alright.
This area is for employees only. Out! Out!
Hey, I have the big guy's permission. Cool your tits.
What's that? You've come to help. Oh, praise be to Mindaruva. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance then. On your way here, you pass 3 storehouses, yes? I'd like you to carry that small crate to that name by the storehouse near the hatchery. The crate of clothing is for Manua, and that massive crate there goes to Zamira by the middle storehouse. Watch your back with that one. Those are all the crates we have ready. Once they've been delivered, consider your work here complete.
What? Light crate. Here he is. Right over here. Number 5. He's off to the right upon exiting the storeroom. If you go a little far enough. By a door. Alright, I dropped it off. Now for the big crate.
It's a big
It's fucking heavy.
I don't think this is a one-person job.
That's okay. We're the warrior of light. We can do it.
Don't strain yourself, Sneeze.
Shut up.
All right, Kamala, talk to us. Let me know when you're at the dialogue for Kamala.
Well, the... Kamala...
We are there.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Ugh. You've carried all the crates to the storehouses, you say? And so quickly, too. Why, I've never seen anyone so strong. I and my associates will see to the rest. So please, return to Shinbaha and assure him our work is proceeding apace. To tell the truth, we're grateful for this distraction. Too many terrible happenings of late. But generous souls like yourself give me hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times.
All right, Jinbaha. Jinabaha, whatever. Let me know when you're at him. Done as I asked, have you? If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You've done us a great favor, traveler.
Let's speak us our words.
I too have delivered the instruments and apparatuses entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our well safely stored away, we'll not lose any more to those fiends. I take it your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked at the burning skies in confusion, and before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the door, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out, a scream of such agony, such terror. In the next instant, he too sprouted fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. I'm sorry. There was something you wanted to ask. Indeed. You knew the merchant, Kalzal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Kalzal? I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end, we received a better offer and had to turn him down. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport goods for a much smaller commission. We would have been fools to refuse. felt terrible for withdrawing the offer. But you must understand, we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news. But his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he would discuss it with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. You remember what we saw in Vanaspati, yes? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink of turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomena occurred here. The poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kalzal. By all accounts, it was he who suffered from the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we're drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others.
Feeds off despair. Right?
Graha.
Dos is just texting cutscene.
Alright, I say we grab
Yeah,
this quest
call it.
and call it.
Alright.
We were to reconvene with the others in front of Megaduta, were we not? That should be just outside. With any luck, they will have already returned from their own investigations. My friend, we must take our leave. I pray that your establishment is spared further tragedy. But remember, your lives are far more precious than any wares. If you are ordered to flee, do so without hesitation.
Indeed. I thank you for your concern. Pray you to take care as well.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
Auto advance.
Alright,
Auto
we're
advance.
at the dialogue.
Yep, I
Yep.
said auto advance.
Alright, let's go.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances.
Fortuitous timing.
Twins.
Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
Guy we knew turned into a monster and ate people. It was nasty.
Still don't understand why it started here.
Chance. Or maybe
So
it's
the
just
merchant
culture, yeah.
Kalzal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings.
Clearly the reminder that Van Daniel was a dick.
Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not. Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Karl Zahl's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast. Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Look! It's the Satrap!
The Satrap!
Thank the heavens.
What up, dude?
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last. Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Palakka's stand? My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share. Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
Uh-oh.
You are? I'm Matya of Akyali, a humble fisherman.
Matya!
Yeah, that's the same good.
I remember you from our first visit.
He's the one of the hots for that one that made us the talismans.
You're...
Yeah. And also the one with the crippling social anxiety.
But no.
Oh, that bodes well for this environment.
When the skies turned red, I set off for Palakka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend.
This is not an environment.
But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy! Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts! They tore our bravest warriors.
This is gonna end badly.
What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, stick their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Oh god.
Get away from her, now!
That's a big one.
That is a big one. So yeah, negative emotions spur it. But what's causing?
Who's causing it?
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Run! As fast as you can! No!
Okay, that is sad.
Oh, that was just being spirited.
And it just stomps on its own.
Welcome to the final days.
Satrap?
Satrap. Let us handle this! We killed things like this for breakfast!
You brave idiot! Oh god.
No.
Vritra,
No.
our people, you must save them.
No. Come on, cut it!
I have arrows, for fuck's sake!
And there goes Iwan. It's like a minute to run 30 feet.
My son. Enough. You must run. For their sake and your own.
Graha, get away from him.
Yes.
Hell yeah,
You will
Graha!
survive. You must.
You catch it quickly enough, you can stop it. Oh boy.
Nice save, Graha.
Can't forget, this guy's lived through like 3 other apocalypses already.
Talk to the guy from Turning when he just watched his son die. Oh.
Come on, Thancred. Come on, blow up! Oh, please don't let us be a repeat of what happened with Xenos. When she made a barrier and Xenos just cut through it anyway.
Oh, no, these things aren't Xenos. Xenos would eat these things for dessert.
We can eat these things for dessert. Why are we... Look at that. See, there we go.
Nee, you could have used that bow 5 minutes earlier when the Satrap was alive.
I was about to say, Nee, or magic user there. I'm the one that's to be in melee range. Graha is taking
Be
a stand.
strong, my friends.
Here the Exarchs come out.
Yep, go in Exarch mode.
Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations.
Comfort the crowd, that's what you do.
Use a switch
Brave
you can
men
turn
and
on.
women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stolar and Thancred your aid. Let not a single beast escape. The rest of you, flee this place. Carry the wounded if you must. Head indoors or underground. Above all, stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that.
Alphino! Alice! Leave the city to us! And make for Palakka's stand at once! Matya, show my friends to the village! I promise you, they're more capable than the host's finest!
Right! Go with them, will you? We will save these people. As many as we can.
Alright, kids. Let's go on a field trip.
Oh. Fucking fuck.
Right?
Yeah, this expansion is turned way dark. Like, I thought Shadowbringers was dark.
Just killed a kid on screen.
Yeah, and we haven't even gotten to the Welcome to Endwalker cutscene yet.
Turned the kid in front of his dad, and then had the thing that was chasing them that made him turn, squish him.
That was just mean-spirited, wasn't it?
Yeah. And again, like I said, we haven't even hit the Welcome to Endwalker cutscene yet.
God love Graha. I swear he's like an internal switch between Exarch, leader of the Crystarium, father to his people, to adorable cat boy with burger.
Yeah. You can't just unmake living 100 years of living through one apocalypse after who knows how long preparing to jump to it.
Also, hi, Meeple.
This feature's gonna need to reveal. By the way, I'm the real Satrap now.
Yeah. Alright, Alphino. We must save Palakka's stand, whatever it takes. Matya,
It pains me to put you into harm's way, but I would ask your aid as well. Of course. Palakka's stand is not far, just down that hill. But as I told His Excellency before, the path was blocked by terrible creatures. I had no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. I ask that you take the lead and dispatch any beast you encounter. Alize and I will keep Martia hidden amongst the trees and follow when the path is clear.
Something breaking fast. Let's do it.
There's no telling what dangers await us. Keep your eyes peeled.
I swear, I'm gonna find Fandaniel in the bloody live stream and I'm gonna kill him again.
He's even there.
Well, you know, I mean, he died, so his soul did return to the ethereal sea.
I know this is terrible timing. I do need to use the restroom really quick.
Okay, go on.
Run, I shall tang ye.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna look up at the sky, and I'm gonna change my G-shade settings to something a bit more, gritty. Ideally.
Time for some screenshots for potential thumbnail material. Chocobo! Mika, your chocobo is in the way of my camera shot.
Not really worried about that.
Eh. Oh well, I got a couple. Oh dear. Oh. Speaking of, your chocobo is now gone.
Yep, I dismissed them for the sake. Get back where you were, please.
Okay. I'll get wings out. There we go.
That's kind of blocking my character.
Give me a second, just reposition slightly. I'll stand back a little as well. They're behind you. Stand in front of the wings. There you go.
I'm getting a picture from behind us.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. A little alpha there as well.
Alright, now to swap this back to my regular thing. And I will drop those pictures in the chat while we're waiting for Hades.
Nice.
I actually really like those pictures.
Plenty of thumbnail material now, which is always.
Yep.
Current session I've released is the one where we first go to kill them. Which is. You know, I really hate Fandaniel. Did I mention that?
I know! You keep saying it. We know.
Yeah. Can you blame me? I mean, look at this. All of it.
Yeah. I posted my pictures, by the way.
It's just... like, Lahabrea and shit were an asshole. They look at this and be like, you bastard.
We sacrificed half our population to stop this, you dickhead.
It's almost a shame there are none left. It would have been a definite temporary alliance forming shit with this.
Oh, that would have been awesome. I would have been all on board for that. That would have been great narrative development.
I mean, we have Logra's phone number.
The thing is that she can't get here, so...
I mean, the end of it implied that she technically has the ability if she can figure out how to do it. Again.
Yeah, the problem is figuring out how to do it.
She did get some of those memories. Okay. And the only other ones that potentially left are black masks, and what are they gonna do? They're kind of pathetic. Especially you, Scarmaker, I'm looking at you. Imagine if it was now that Twiggles turned up again. Hi guys, I'm back, and everything's on fire.
She looks at Y'shtola.
What did you do? Why do you assume I did anything?
It happened to be our adventurer who killed the oldest among the gods and unleashed calamity.
It looks over at Meteor.
What did you do?
Alright. Alright, I'm ready.
Let's go.
I am ready. Let us kick.
I have engaged Blackstorm. I am serious.
I've engaged Blackstorm.
Speaking there, oh, I'm dropping Blackstorm so I can shoot
Wasn't
things.
this one of the bosses?
Yep. So pay attention to what it says, by the way.
I'm gonna snatch her.
What is right?
Grandmother.
We just killed that lady's. We just killed the grandson. Well,
there's no one.
Well,
you see, you can't call me the utter bastard anymore. That's Ishikawa now. That's the Endwalker Shadowbringer fighter.
No, you exist on the same podium as them, Yoshi P, and a lot of the shites.
No. I am several layers below.
No, I count you up there because we know you personally.
Honestly, this feels like something you would write in the Fiends trilogy.
Can you, if you can believe it, they had to hold back on this shit and in Shadowbringers just to keep their T rating. They wanted to go darker.
I'm
16 is going to be where they pull, FF16 is going to be where they pull out all of the everything is fucked stuff. Everything is horrible. This is like hard and rated shit. Either right.
FF16. I am looking for FF16 whenever that finally comes up.
Yeah. Yoshi did give an announcement about that, about why we didn't get anything last year about it.
And I've completed or at least played 1 through 6 now. I need to finish 7 finally. I'm going to go back to that now, finish 2. And then go through it. 8, 9, 10, obviously not 11, 12, 13, and I'll be caught up.
Alright, is this cutscene voiced? No.
No, it is not.
It cannot be.
A handful of wounded people. Some bodies.
We must heal those we can, and quickly! I see no beast, but stay on your guard.
Good thing I outjob White Mage.
What is this healing that you speak of?
Bandages.
Don't worry, we'll have the barbarian stand back.
The barbarians.
No pulse, no breath.
Cooling body's already begun to stiffen.
Yep, rigor mortis.
Yeah, they're dead.
Ow!
That's you.
Hey, look, I'm a white mage. It seems appropriate right now. Without threatening, does not respond to efforts, beating great for shallows, weaken eyes.
Even if I wake, nightmare goes on. Oh, leave me to sleep.
Oh dear. That was a...
In here. I think. No. I lied.
Behind the building.
Behind the building.
Ah, it's a invisible wall. Can't go under it. There he is, an aura. Hey, we have a cheer up alpha. Hug him. He will make you feel better.
Have you come to help us? Too late. Too late. My family, my friends.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We don't need any more beasts going up here.
Are these the only villagers who survived? I can only hope others managed to flee. But if the rest have been turned to beasts, why the 12? Let us do what we can to see that the damage spreads no further. And no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, lest we ourselves suffer a similar fate.
If we can, I mean, we have the blessing of light. Would that help with that?
This isn't rooted in ether, so probably not.
Fortunately, all we need to do is just stay stoic and nod at everything. We'll be fine.
Alright.
I can tend to the rest. Pray look after Matsya. No doubt what we have seen here weighs even heavier on his heart than ours.
And I like how the Vanaspati dungeon music is just on perpetual loop now.
Good thing the sounds are mildly desensitized by this point.
Oh! This is Yeve, the elder here. He is hurt, but praise be to the sisters, he still lives.
Young Matsya here has told me everything. I've not the words to express my gratitude for your aid. When the heavens began to burn, we were afraid, but did our best to carry on as we always have done. Until today, when those unholy beasts came pouring into our village, a flood of midnight and death.
Always a flood of something.
There are no words to describe what followed. Men and women I've known since they were babes struck down by the creatures, only to rise again to join the murderous horde in the guise of those same hideous fiends. In the chaos, a handful of our villagers fled for their lives. I can only hope that they've found their way to safety. Matsya, do you perchance remember Karasef and Mevan? The young couple who always brought your freshest... fucking hell. Who always bought your freshest catches.
How could I forget, Elder? When I first came to peddle my wares, desperate to eke out a living, they showed me such kindness. Others shunned me as an outsider, as is their way. But Karasef and Mevan bought my fish and sung its praises. They turned my fortunes around.
Alas, I fear they are in terrible danger. I saw them running towards Agama Temple, one of those beasts in close pursuit. They had their child, still with a tiny babe. To elude those fiends while caring for one so young is an impossible task, surely. I beg of you, go to their aid.
I want to help them, yet I'm but a fisherman. I cannot face beasts on my own. Will you come with me? Oh, thank you. Agama Temple lies to the west of here. We must hurry.
This isn't gonna end well, is it?
Knowing this expansion so far, like Xenos is gonna turn up and dropkick the baby or something. Let me in the Uber. Is it Uber? Lantos, are we there yet?
You're not in that position, Sean.
Oh no.
Don't make me turn this car around. It's a shame I didn't unlock the flight.
It's gonna be a while. We can't unlock flight in the zone yet anyway.
Go away, Mobile. We have actual monsters to deal with. Oh, eat the character alright?
Yep.
Told everything, the final days can wait a fucking moment. We got ether to drink.
Bitch, I drink ether.
Please don't make that noise.
Let me touch your skin.
And there's my favorite seat. It's right here anyway. Hey, Thanatos! We're here.
Yeah, I'm a car neat.
The temple is just ahead. It was built by those who worship Saint Agama, but has sadly fallen into disrepair in recent years. If my friends made it this far, no doubt they're hiding somewhere amidst the ruins.
And there's someone screaming. I'm not going to raise my voice to that, though.
That was Karasov! Oh no, this is not good!
What do we say?
I'll take a look. That's okay.
Wait here.
Please do. The cry came from the ruins. You must hurry.
Stay.
I'll avoid these lemurs. We don't have time for that shit.
Matsya, sit.
Yeah.
Remember when you guys would routinely say to Rocket, sit, when you were taking prisoners back in Marasu?
Or just have Rocket sit on them?
Yeah, to keep them pinned. I bring it up because my mom's been listening to the campaign, and we've gone through several such moments. Where we last left off, Bennett has just finished his initial interrogation. Oh, there's Karasov.
Currently having a bit of a bad time.
Ah, the dead man.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yep. The man lies motionless on the ground, bearing a grievous wound.
God damn it, Matsya.
I'm sorry. I tried to stay behind, but I couldn't. No. It cannot be. Is someone, anyone.
Not quite dead.
My arms so heavy in my legs. I cannot feel my legs. My wife fled with our daughter. I need to find them. Need to be with them. I need... Karasov! No, Karasov, you must stay strong! More time. I thought I had. I don't want to die.
What do we do? He's too far gone for healing magic to help him now, unfortunately.
I say
Do we
actions.
speak or dry tears?
Say actions louder than words as do. What the outer of the step do.
Yeah, just dry the tears. There.
And it worked.
Thank you. Please. Find them.
You could do that much for him at least, so he'll actually have a chance to come back one day.
Maven still lives, and she has their child. We must search the jungle between here and Palakka's stand. There is nowhere else she could have gone, I think. Forgive me, Karasov. Once we have saved your wife and child, we'll return and lay you to rest.
Please tell me the two we killed here wasn't them.
You know, this expansion is almost making me glad for everyone we see dead normally, because at least that means their soul didn't get torn to shreds.
Go away, monkeys. Fucking langers. God. Ow. Ow.
Come, warriors of light and darkness. We have a job to do. And I'll stop monkeying around.
We see no tracks or other signs of recent travel. Maven and the child must be elsewhere.
We get cut.
I'm gonna just use a horse.
And I've got the dignified mount. Let's go.
That has a Durgan.
So do I, but the roulette is no date to give it. Oh, hi. Hi. I got a rocket.
I got a peacock. I'm just real quickly unlocking some world maps stuff.
Why? Just right here. Wait a second. Yep. Alright. Destination.
If Maven and her daughter came through this area recently, we see no evidence of their passage.
Back to the village. Matka.
Oh! Did you see any sign of them? I found nothing. Perhaps the beasts have chased them farther from the village. Oh, gods above, I beseech you, pray deliver Maven and her little one to safety.
No, none of that. Stay positive. Stay positive.
Being happy, being music.
Mostly it's just about staying calm.
Stay calm. Nee, play them the song of your people. Hi, Vritra.
This cutscene is voiced.
No more enemies to trouble us here.
Enabling auto advance.
Yep.
It's me.
Enjoying quality time with it.
Understood. I will inform Vritra.
Yeah, Vritra doesn't know yet. He's about to learn.
Chaos and panic sweep Raz-at-Han, and many more have succumbed to the transformations. Amidst the fray, Ahoan fell, protecting a grief-stricken father. My friends fight alongside your Radiant host to secure the capital. Beasts have been sighted in Palakka Stand as well. We have divided our forces in hopes of quelling the threat there. Of small solace is that we now know what triggers the transformation. As my companions tell it,
Vritra suddenly just looks tired.
So it is the very fear and despair in their hearts which inflicts this abhorrent punishment upon them. A nightmare from which my children will never awake. O capricious and cruel fate, they are undeserving of such condemnation.
will you wallow in sorrow or rise to the occasion? Raz-at-Han is leaderless. Before he passed, Ahoan sought to reveal the truth to his people. Honor his wishes.
To what end? To breed a new conflict between dragon and man? These claws could reduce thee to shreds with a touch. These jaws crush thy bones to dust. Only through my proxy could I walk with my children. Without him, I am a bringer of fear, no different from the beasts which beleaguer them.
You sell yourself short, Vritra.
Perhaps so.
Only in death were Hraesvelgr and Shiva united. Indeed, whenever man and dragon have come together, death has ever been the inevitable result. It was our fear of your kind that sparked a nigh endless war. Fear and hate of which Nidhogg drank deep as he laid waste to my homeland. And in turn, I took my revenge on his brood. Blood for blood, pain for pain. I thought nothing of theirs, only of mine. And yet, were the chasm between us too vast and too deep, Hraesvelgr would not have borne Isael to battle and our rescue. He would never have entrusted a mortal champion with one of his eyes, and the Dragonsong War would still rage on. And I would still wage a never-ending war of violence and vengeance. The future of our star be damned. I cannot speak for Ahuan's greater goals, yet I know that he served you, served your people, long and true. In this time of unprecedented crisis, he turned to you. You could do worse than to place your trust in him. It will not be easy, but the future of Radz-at-Han hangs in the balance. We have company. The hour has come, Vritra! It's all or nothing!
Hey look, that's from the trailer.
Yeah. Slightly different contextually, but aye.
Time for Vritra to step up.
Who would have thought Estonian Warmblood giving
a dragon a
pep talk to
I mean, he also pep talked Tiamat.
Well,
he understands Great Worms better than literally anyone else. So if anyone's gonna give them pep talks, it's gonna be fucking him.
Apparently greater than the Great Worms themselves.
Matsuya, what do you
Fox
say
and
to
Dragon
us?
both. So, all right. Disabling text auto advance.
Yep.
Right. If Mavon fled deeper into the jungle, she and her child are in grave danger. What are we to do? Gods have mercy!
Top one.
Try to stay calm, dipshit.
Oh yeah, let's not say it quite like that.
But how can I at a time like this? They could be dead. So, if I allow myself to be overcome by this fear, I too might become a beast? I'm not sure I understand, but I will do my best. I've seen to the wounded. How did the two of you fare? Did you find your friends?
One guy dead, two missing.
I see. In that case, let us help you find the mother and child. Before we leave, we must ensure the village will be safe in our absence. Alize and I will patrol the area and search for more beasts. Would you and Mattia speak with Elder Urivet? Pray explain to him the situation and join us as soon as you are able. We will save Mavan and her child. We can do that much for Karasith.
All right. Urivet, or however the hell you pronounce it, I don't know. Indian names are weird for me.
I'm heartened to see you both safe. But what of the family?
We found Karasef, but he...
Say no more. I understand. We've lost another of our dear friends. Karasef may be gone, but there is still hope for Maven and their child. Please find them. I beg of you. And if in your search you come across anyone else who escaped the slaughter, pray tell them what has happened. I will do my best to keep the villagers safe, and their spirits high.
Come, let us rejoin your friends at once.
Dargan.
Zoom out of that. And I get the little one.
Hey, that's mine.
Yeah.
And so's this. This is also mine.
I'm pleased to report that the vicinity appears to be beast-free. No doubt thanks to your earlier efforts. And with that, let us resume our search for your friend and her child. Where should we begin, Matsya? If we follow Kisroda south, we'll arrive at Perusa, a temple. It is a sacred place, where people go to commune with the divinities. It's possible that Maven sought shelter there, and perhaps other villages as well. Then it's settled. Matsya, stay close to me, alright? You two take the lead. Keep an eye out for beasts and anyone in need of help. Very well. We make for Perusa as quickly as we're able. With me!
Nice. Well. A whale of a time we're having in these summer days.
Indeed. So here's the question: was it worse for the ancients, or was it?
At least the ancients didn't actually turn into them, so whenever they died, they just died.
And also, the ancients were significantly more powerful. Spoiled little brats and no need of the arts of war, but significantly more powerful, so...
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but I'd wager we have it worse because we're weaker and we turn into the things. When one spawns, we lose something.
Yeah.
The ancients, when one spawned, they just have another enemy.
Still, I mean, they just died. If we turn into one of them, our souls get stuffed down. We can't ever come back. So...
Indeed. Alright, villager woman.
Thank you. I thought I was done for. Maven? She's a friend of mine too, but I've not seen her. She must still be out there somewhere, trying to avoid the beasts. And with her child. God. Worry not for me. I can make my way back to the village on my own.
Ah, that's one saved at least.
Go away, you're boring.
Still never
How
said
freaked out do you think our chocobos are?
There are chocobos, so probably this is part of the course.
Wait, Perusa lies just up ahead, but something terrible has happened. The beasts have come, and many have already been killed. Alphino and Alice have gone to do what they can, but there are so many, more than I could count. We must be ready.
Alright, Thanatos, get your stuff ready. You got free reign.
Revs the fucking chainsaw.
I really like your current outfit. You look probably like Thanatos from the campaign.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the closest outfit.
Alright, one saved.
And that was a...
Providing
What
aid.
do you say?
Oh, there's a dead elephant.
Rage!
You would like to rage.
I would like to rage.
There you go. You guys, sort of safe now. Run like hell. On the back of this thing. Torpedo! Come on out!
That was all of them. I should not have jumped over the edge.
Yeah, Elpis here.
Well,
for some reason I thought we were talking to Alize. Nope. God damn it.
No,
talked to
we were very
the
much
other
talking
twin.
to... Yes. Don't tell her that you got them mixed up.
Not them. Their outfits make them very distinct. No, I got the quest markers mixed up. I remembered passing Alize on the way up, so you know. Just
where is this outfit?
Look for the humming elf.
do 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 do.
Alfie, what's going on?
No.
There you are. How fare the others?
Not good.
I see. You've seen to all the beasts in sight? In that case, let's have everyone gather in front of the temple.
Hold on, someone's knocking. Yeah.
Okay, this cutscene is voiced.
Also advancing.
Courage, friend.
Yep.
The pain will pass.
Has anyone seen Mevan? Where could she be?
We've dealt with all the blasphemies and made certain no villagers are still in hiding.
Good work. We've otherwise tended to the wounded as best we can.
What will become of us?
Help is on the way, surely. We may have to abandon our homes now, but we will return, someday.
But where can we go? Is anywhere even safe?
That I cannot say.
Well, I can. Nowhere's safe. Run all you like, but there's no escaping these things.
I like that raw chick with the purple eyes.
And even if I could, it's too late for my family.
Bawling her eyes out, yet she's not turning.
This isn't good. The more they dwell on the tragedy, the more likely we are to lose them too.
My friends, this is a place of worship. Should your heart quake with sadness, cast your mind to the heavens and remember. Remember the teachings of the old gods. Did they not implore us to stand fast when waves of sorrow break against our shores?
Attaboy, Metsia.
The guy with social anxiety is finally coming out?
Times of strife do make strange people
Know
stand,
this,
stand
my
up.
children. There is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. To drink of calamity and drown in anguish. To toil and be tested.
That's Lucy's
always
voice
and
actress,
ever.
isn't it?
I don't know.
That's not another one of...
Tis a perilous path you walk.
Children.
Death lurks in the dark, and is the sole promise that awaits at journey's end. You will tremble with terror. You will weep tears of anger and despair.
But do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. Then will you see how the hardships make you strong.
Every doubt reforged as scales for your armor. Every agony to temper your blade.
Thank you, lad. We'd almost forgotten who we are. My undying gratitude to you as well, my friends. You were searching for Mevon, no? We must return home. I pray you help the boy find his friend.
Gladly. We dispatched what beasts we could, but the roads are still dangerous. Stay together and go in safety.
That was very impressive, what you did back there. Those words seem to resonate with your people.
They should. They were the first spoken unto our ancestors by the divinity of legend. I'm easily upset, and fish are wont to flee a temperamental hand, so I recite the teachings over and over to calm myself.
They're lovely and inspiring to hear, though I imagine they were born of great misfortune.
They are born of life. There's as much bad as good in it. More, many would attest. All the more reason to appreciate the good when you can.
I won't argue with that.
In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
And with that, let us see if we can't find Mevon. Did you see? That beast was chasing someone.
Now, see, what we really need to do is tactical drop Sardu, because there's no risk of her turning, because she'd be having the time of her fucking life.
Yeah. But, thing is, she's busy elsewhere, so... And another problem with that is she might get a little too gun happy, and I don't know, she might like, ooh, if I make people angry, I might get more awesome fights. She is too blood horny for her own good.
Just make sure that Siren is on hand, it's fine.
Sato Hatun, no!
Anyway.
Over there! My view was blocked by the trees, but I'm sure I saw someone being chased by a beast. Go with Matzia and search along the river. Alphino and I will search around. We'll swing from the south.
And it's not the time to have a stroke.
Has a six-legged horse with wings.
Well, I'm riding a torpedo into battle.
I have a Dargan.
Midgard Sommer.
You know, Midgard Sommer would be really nice to have in a time like this.
Well, he's still napping, so...
Can we just get all the children to show up and just say, Dad, wake up!
I just did a mega, and Reisberger was saying how even slumbering, he's keeping an eye on the state of the world to see if he ever has to prematurely wake up to solve some shit. Midgard.
I think he's determined. I think at this point he's determined he doesn't have to wake up because we got this. He has confidence in us.
Let's try not to disappoint him thoroughly.
Alright, again I believe this cutscene is voiced. Yes.
There she is.
Sinking out.
That's her! No, I'm sure of it! Maven!
Alright.
Don't! Please!
Hey, you just pissed it off. Alfie!
You don't know the true power of the Nair.
Alize? Ooh!
I think it's slightly.
Sorry. Don't know how, just... Nope!
To the water!
No!
I just jumped into the water!
We can breathe underwater, so...
Let's go swimming!
I expected the elephant to die, not us. Where's the kid?
We can breathe.
We're also the hero of the story. Of course we're gonna jump into the water without hesitation.
And we can actually breathe. There's Maven.
Where's the child?
Let's wait for Mika. Also, I just realized we somehow ended up in the same instance at some point. It didn't even strike me.
We've been in the same instance since we left the city.
I know.
And
she's dead.
Maven.
Fucking broke her neck. God damn it. Kid. There's the
Where's
kid.
Found the baby.
The baba.
Please. Let us save one person, please.
Up.
Up we go.
Can we not just save one family?
Oh, we got the baby. Where's the way of this fucking pool? There it is over there.
Yep, east side.
Didn't save dad, didn't save mom.
I just had to look to see if the baby was not key items. It isn't.
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd actually done a thing where, like, you know how sometimes they have animations for when you're carrying big boxes? I kind of wish they'd had a similar animation of us cradling the baby. That would have gone great with the sequence.
Probably because of the swimming part.
Probably. But, oh well. I'm sure they could have found a way, but it's not necessary. It just would have been really nice. Go away, lemurs. They get maybe to deal with.
We don't have time for you. You are so boring, it's untrue. Go away, lemur. There you go. Alfie, we have Baba.
Did you find Maven and the child?
Just the baby. Maven's dead.
Damn it all! You have the child? Let me see her.
Also voiced.
She's so cold, Alphino.
The child is alert, and I see no wounds, and yet... she grows weaker. My spells can do no more. What she needs is a change of clothes and a warm bed. We must hurry back.
Not now. Matsia, take the child.
God damn it. It appears we've made enough noise to be heard for miles around. More will be upon us ere long. We make our stand here. Matsia, can you take her back to the village?
You protect baby, we do the
child.
killing.
All by myself. You can't be serious.
The beasts will follow you home unless we stop them here. And so we shall. Be strong, Matsia. Her life is in your hands.
Right.
She is literally in his hands.
I can do it.
Tiny could him.
I know you can. We'll keep them busy, Matsia. Go! Quickly!
Screenshot that.
Go. Go, elephant boy.
Steady. You know the way.
What the fuck?
No.
No.
No. Not
Remember
you too.
Tesseline as the Welcome to Shadowbringers moment? Welcome
When
to
the kid
Endwalker.
changed into... When the kid changed into a
Don't
senior?
be afraid.
Tesseline changed. That was
Don't
Welcome to Shadowbringers.
be afraid.
This is Welcome to
To
Endwalker.
live
Shut
is to
up,
suffer,
Brian.
to drink of calamity. It is a perilous path. Death lurks in the dark.
Ah! No! I'm not afraid! I'm not afraid! Ah! Do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. See how the hardships make you strong. Every doubt reforged. Every agony.
Fucking yes, Estinian.
Estinian! Vritra!
Why'd I say
The
our
divinity?
DM? Go fuck yourself.
Nay, but one who would deliver thee just the same.
Please. You must save the child. She is all that remains of Mevan and Grasev. Please.
Now that's adorable.
Well, well. Seems the babe's taken a liking to you.
Thou art strong, little one. Let us convey thee to thy home.
It's like a baby with a cat, but it's a dragon.
I spied our friends as we flew in. They appeared to be holding their own against the Horde.
Estinian, you beautiful elven man.
Power of the Dagoon. We don't just tank floors.
Right. That's the last of them. We should hurry and find Matsia.
feel exhausted.
Right?
Yes! Believing that they were both gonna change.
So that was the sequence that forced me to get up, put the game down, and take like half an hour just to calm the fuck down.
I'm resting my head on my desk. I want you to know this.
The whole sequence is so viscerally upsetting to me.
It was making us think that the kid and Matsuya was gonna turn right there. Or be killed by those things.
They scraped by the skin of their tusks.
The skin of a fucking dragon and a ballsy ass dragoon we love to death.
Yeah, and it definitely demonstrates just how bad the final days are. They spare no one. Even babies are free game. Anyway, what do we say?
I want to do the bottom one.
He had help from on high?
Yes.
All right. Okay. 3, 2,
Not like
1.
divine aid.
A fine battle it must have been. No. Shame I missed it.
Estinian, it was you who came to Mattia's aid.
I was only along for the ride. Vritra was the one who saw the boy was in need. The two are headed back to the village.
Where the worm will honor Ahiwan's wishes and finally reveal himself to his people.
Perhaps so. Will you go and join them?
There's something I need to do first. Mervyn gave her life so that her child might live. She deserves better than to be left to drift alone. She deserves to be laid to rest beside her husband, at least. Will you help me?
Let's stretch a body from the moat there.
Alize is just a beating heart, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah, she really is.
Strange, considering
She's a bleeding heart with the temper of a rhinoceros.
I mean, it's weird considering when we first met her, she really wasn't all that.
Yeah. With us,
she was more. She was highly. I think what it was is she was a very big empath who was infuriated by how apathetic everyone else was.
And with us, she goes between wanting to hug us all the time and raging at us for not taking it easier.
And also every time we ever make her worry.
Just your weekly reminder that of that time Alize was naked throttling the Exarch. That happened.
We've done what we can. 'Tis for the villagers of Palakka stand to perform the funeral rites. If nothing else, Mervyn and Karasif died as they lived, as themselves, and not as beasts. Their souls will find peace in the ethereal sea. To think the day would come when even that smallest of solaces would be this comforting.
Yes, live on. Hold on, let's just... Give me just a second. There we go. I'm so fucking glad we have dragons on our side.
Right?
Well, a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Alright, Estinian. Talk to us, buddy.
I don't think Icefalger could ignore this for long.
You all ready then? In that case, let's head to Palakka Stand. No doubt Vritra is awaiting us.
Yeah. Icefalger and Tiamat can't ignore this anymore. We'll need their...
But they're probably busy defending their own homes.
Well, they don't want to lose this planet. They already had Omega burned one of them.
Yeah. Omega and Omega's creators.
And
lost contact with.
Wonder where the last of the great brood of the first brood is.
Oh,
Nastasia?
Who knows? Maybe we could get Omega himself to help. He's off wandering with Omega and a bloody toy. Wandering with Omega? Wandering with Alpha. That's what I meant to say.
Talk to the dragon, knee.
Alright. This is not tech voiced.
Disabling all advanced.
Hi, Vritra. You are amazing.
Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matsya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously received was word of the mother and father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Thavner must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. Every death another void that can never be filled.
I wonder if history remember this as the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Who knows? We who survived them must carry the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Karasef and Maven's babe is a child of Thavner as well. I thank you for returning her safe to us.
I mean, if that's the case, we've gone through an astral era, an Umbral Calamity, and another astral era, then another Umbral Calamity within like 5-6 years.
Alright.
Oh,
Oh, most great and merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that were it not for you, brave Matsya and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long had I heard the rumors that a mighty dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the Satrap, but never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. An isle I have ruled over as Satrap, with Ahewan as my loyal servant.
Wait, let's see here. Who is saying that?
We don't know.
Someone off screen. It was Nadana.
Yep.
Nadana! What are you doing here?
Nadana and Matsya.
But I heard from the Radiant Host that you had gone to help the people of Palakka stand in their time of need. And so I and several of my colleagues from the Great Work came to offer our services. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions for Maven's daughter. But enough about us. You and your role are a far greater enigma. If you were the true Satrap all along, could it be that young Varshan was created to serve as your emissary?
Thou didst suspect the boy was but a simulacrum?
A rumor has circulated for many years around the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the Satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Varshan with that knowledge, I simply put two and two together.
Ever a sharp one, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a master in her field.
I was not alone in drawing this conclusion. But like me, they no doubt recognized that the Satrap was using the simulacrum to work more closely with the people, and decided not to press the issue. I'd always assumed one of Ahewan's associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. It is an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Vritra. Pray allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given unto us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart.
'Twas thou and thy fellow alchemist that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You were the saviors not only of Razarhan, but the star.
Far too kind you are, Master Vritra. But the star yet once for salvation. Once more will my colleagues and I commit the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in this their darkest hour.
'Twould seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Radz-at-Han fares. What will you do, scions? I worry for the survivors we met at Perusa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back?
In that case, might I ask a favor? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way.
Well? Oh yeah, by the way, you were all ruled by a dragon this whole time. That seemed to take a while.
Well, I mean, when his reveal to the people was him saving a baby and being really kind and gentle, that's probably gonna, earn some points in his favor.
Plus, the world is ending. Do you want to make an enemy of the dragon, or do you want the dragon to protect you?
Right? Alright, Nadana.
Needs to simmer just a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts. What in the name of the sisters is happening here in Davner?
The world is ending.
Final day, 8th Umbral Calamity, etc., etc. It's Saturday for us.
Oh my. That's rather a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, friend. My colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if I can further our own research. And with that, here we are. A pot of piping hot chai brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with hearty helpings of rich milk and pure sugar. I've made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups?
The drink has medicinal properties then?
Not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It's so very tasty though, and has a way of lifting the spirits.
Comfort food, yay!
The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest.
A lovely sentiment, Nadana. By all means, allow us to assist. Chai. Well, you lot distribute hot beverages. I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you're finished, look for me at the Wakeful Tirana.
Time to breathe.
Look at them all, lazing about, knowing full well those beasts might strike again at any moment. Do they not realize their lives are in danger? Well, I, for one, intend to survive. I'm too young to die. Yes, I'll leave this island behind if I must. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe these days?
I don't know. Have tea.
Here, have some chai.
A cup of chai? Can't you see I have more important things to worry about? No. You're right. It's precisely in times like these we must strive to remain calm and steady. I do believe I'll visit the Elder and see what needs to be done. If there's any way I can aid my village and my friends, I will do it.
There we go. One here. No.
See a twin. Ah, there's one. Where is it?
Bang. Alright, buddy. Wait. I know you. You were the one who saved us from those beasts back at the temple. Were it not for you... Well, let's not even think about that. Times like this, we mustn't dwell on what might have been, but look to the future. But what future awaits us?
How can Radz-at-Han hope to recover from this?
Most of my friends are gone, and I don't know where to turn.
I don't know. Have some tea.
That was my line.
A cup of chai? Well, if you insist.
Sit down, have a cup, I'll wait for all this to blow over.
Sit down, shut up, and drink a goddamn chai.
That aroma has a way of clearing the mind. Come to think of it, We faced our fair share of trials in the past as well. No matter how hard the times, we've always come together as a people united. One day at a time. One step at a time. That is all any of us can do. Yes, back to work. Once I finish this cup. Thank you.
You're telling us?
Yeah, fun lore tidbit.
About that time we turned into a raging light monster.
Yeah, fun fact about Razat-Han, it has survived persistently through more umbral calamities than any other nation that we know of in all of the world.
Benefits to Dragon being the Satrap, I guess.
That goes to show just how, I mean, to be fair, a big part of that is its staunch position of neutrality in all things political. They do not get involved in wars.
So what stopped the Empire from just coming in here?
Trade. Last I checked, Razat-Han had a neutrality agreement with the Empire.
I'm
that
sure
kept
it was on their
invading.
bucket list, but they had other things to do first.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Alright, last one's up here. We'll have a quick nugget before we dialogue.
Nugget. Speaking of, I need a torpedo.
Ooh, that's a good nugget. What do you mean, speaking of?
I need a torpedo. You said chicken nugget. I need a chicken. There you go, have a chicken.
They're more like ostriches. Anyways. Bishreed.
I'm sorry, I just want to be left alone. My best friend and I, we fled the village together. One of the beasts took him and it was all I could do to run. All the while I could hear this monstrous voice screaming my name.
I don't know, have some tea?
This is for me? We used to drink chai together often. Shared stories over steaming cups after a hard day's work. Thank you, friend. The pain may never pass, but I must press on all the same. For his memory, and for who we must remember.
Actions.
You love doing that teleport, don't you?
Yes.
It's fun, I can attest. And it saves time, too. And it's very useful in fights.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for delivering the chai. Did it help to lift the village's spirits?
A little, yeah.
I don't know. Have some tea.
That is heartening to hear indeed. The final days show no signs of abating. That is all the more reason that we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition. For it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward.
Hey, at least in your big event, you're not having the GM spawn monsters all around you. You've got something.
Alright.
Vritra.
As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what has become of Maven and Karasif's remains.
Oh, we left them in a field somewhere.
One sec, chomping.
Oh, thank you, friend. Surely they'll be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palakka's stand will perform the rites as soon as we are able.
Who is adopting the Baba?
Vritra, I would hope.
Vritra. Oh,
that would be a
yeah.
great way to bring man and dragon closer together. Just have a dragon fucking adopt a child who clearly took a liking to him.
Maxia would also be a good option, I think.
As for the child, it will not be easy for her growing up without her parents, but I promise to do what I can. When she is able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her.
Sound like Matsia. That's the answer. Maybe with Uncle Vritra occasionally poking in.
Well, we finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I can almost believe there's a magic at work, how that tension fades with every sip. Let us pray that Palakka's stand has seen the last of those transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as every village in Thavner like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. Shall we return to Radzahan? By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I'll bring rations and supplies from Akyali. We have plenty to spare. Then let us find Estinian and be on our way. Where did he wander off to again?
Just hunting down stragglers.
The Wakeful Tirana? Near the bridge to Radzahan, as I recall. Very well then.
On we go.
Well, these things are relatively under control for the time being. If any of you start feeling sad, I will slap you.
I mean, the most that might do is briefly shock them out of turning, but then it'll just make it worse, because then they'll be offended.
Yeah. Slapping can bring people out to do bad. I'm pretty sure offense might not be the emotion turning everyone into monsters. Probably offense is better than despair. I'll take it. I'll make the whole world hate me if it stops them from turning into monsters. This is my villain origin story.
Hello, villain from Watchmen. I haven't actually seen the movie. I've only seen, like, the fun little moment where it turns out the villain's plan was triggered 30 minutes before he started talking to the heroes.
Boys, monologue, yes, and they couldn't stop it anymore.
I triggered the plan 30 minutes ago. New York explodes. Oh boy. Stinian, my boy.
And Dr. Manhattan decides to go along with it because things are so far gone that if they reveal the truth of what happened, it might cause a nuclear war. So
Alphino told me. Alphino told me everything. Full glad am I to hear the people are safe. Likewise, you will be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. It would seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people of Thavner. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent Satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return to the city on Azladrada's path. Come.
I wonder if dragons are even susceptible to the change since they have full souls.
Yeah,
probably not. They wouldn't be susceptible to the change. No. If they
not sundered like we are.
Yeah. If they had access to creation magics, that would be a problem, but they don't. So,
yeah, for dragons.
What instance do we want? One or two? We can pick.
Two is less. Let's go two.
Okay, two. Thank you for giving me the option this time, game.
Can we get the ether right now?
No.
We are rapidly approaching the moment when we can, I believe, because we're almost done here.
I do music.
You cannot have the etherite. You have not deserved the etherite yet.
Thancred. This is Thancred.
Bitch, I just went through so much emotional trauma, I deserve that etherite.
It's good to see you safe. Given the skies, it's all too easy to fear the worst. I'm pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, though they said no more than that. Might you have any idea what this is about?
Dragon?
Dargan?
So, Vritra is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we too should hear what he has to say.
Ignore the dragon behind the curtain.
Tamega Duta, then. But before that, it would appear that word of the Assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them.
Almost then. We'll stay there. Take my doots.
I hate you.
You know, the lag made it look like Nico was going through the stairs.
Just like Homer Simpsoning noping out.
All the beasts all gone? I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look.
Aye, they're dead.
Stomped them.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Varshan is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with other people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square.
Varshan? Isn't that Vritra's vessel?
Yeah, that's Vritra's thing.
He is so fucking fine.
Spook youth.
Spook mode. Being a drake.
Leave me be, please. I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely terrible.
Bitch, I am not here to eat you.
Oh, gods! What are you doing scaring me like that? If we're not quiet, those beasts will find us.
Dude, they're all dead.
You missed like half an hour of shit.
It's probably been close to like a couple days in the universe.
The square, you say? But that's where the Satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushed on that creature's maw. So many lives lost, such terrible carnage. And you say there's someone else who would lead Razad Han in his stead? Whoever they are, if they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved Satrap, I'll make them regret it.
Good luck with that.
You beat me to it by a second.
Yeah, it's not a very good idea to mouth off to a great worm.
Unless you happen to be us.
Luckily, Vritra seems to be pretty chill most of the time.
Yeah, he's like the nicest one I've met.
I mean, Hraesvelgr was okay.
Yeah,
Hraesvelgr was just tired of everything.
Yeah, well, Vritra is the youngest and the chirpiest.
Yeah, he's still an old bastard at this point, but
he is the baby brother.
He's the baby brother. He's the most
idealistic.
But yeah. All right, this next cutscene is voiced, so.
Yep, enabling auto advance.
I'm still on a loading screen.
Well, wait on first dialogue.
Yeah, we'll turn it.
I'll let you know when I'm at first dialogue, and then we can auto advance.
Very well.
Look, someone's coming.
It is a boy who's also a dragon. It's fine.
Varshan.
Are we ready?
All right, I'm good. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh,
I can eat my nuggets in peace.
The hopeful music is nice.
Hi, Vritra.
People of Razad Han, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Right.
Many thanks.
Epic entrance.
A dragon!
Of course, the kids like him.
Wow!
Seems to be favorite of children.
People of Razad Han, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
Piss off the big dragon, or be nice to him and he protects us.
If I am hearing this right, you were the Satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vritra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Thavnir, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radzat to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already. Yet so long as you live, the light of Radzat will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it. Over you. And lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
I like that.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azale's face.
Indeed.
Well, and Charlie and Daryl Dad are spoil on mode.
What the hell are they doing here?
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
To your left.
Hard to miss.
Father!
They left their island.
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radzat might be saved.
They're going beyond their own borders.
I
It's
say
positive.
again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
First act as openly being the Satrap, meet with a foreign dignitary. In public.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavnair, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th umbral calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radzat-Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Why are they just now?
Long has thy Forum been allies to Thavnair. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
Just Radzat-Han and their offering.
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vritra. We believe in you.
No.
They can't
Still
all be
sweet
hits.
though. It's still sweet though.
I wonder if Vritra actually acted a kid when he was Varshan.
Who knows?
Why are the Forum here now? Right when the calamity is right on us.
Vritra's words indicated that they'd only extend the invitation to Radzat-Han
You're still here. What a relief.
by him not giving it lightly and how close they were.
Nidana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palakka Stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do? Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
It's black.
Oh, my flower.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
The female entity that can prey upon the power of emotion.
Female entity.
Remember when Zodiac died, we heard a female voice said "at last," something to that effect, and then shit went wrong.
Yeah.
Also, just why is the forum just now giving out invitations?
Well, probably because just now is when the final days are starting, and they were waiting to the last minute to keep from sowing panic and to keep from their work being distracted.
Like I said, Vritra's words kind of implied that they'd only be given the invitation to Vritra.
Well,
I don't know about that.
Just the way
Vritra was definitely at the top of the list of places to hit because of their long-standing friendship. So
that and their
that's just logically speaking.
That and their amazing and unique talents of crafting and the like.
That would also be helpful. Anyways, Alpha now. As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we have seen, there is still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be as Nadana said? That the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And if so, are we powerless to forestall it?
Yeah, halfway through the expansion, 85.
Right, there's a Radiant Host Soldier over here. Greeting, honored scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap.
What does the dragon say?
Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megaduta prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vritra. The feast he speaks of awaits you at Merid's Main. Pray make your way there, but whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. And to you, Warrior of Light, there is someone who had hoped to
introduce you in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time?
A personal invitation. Knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now, this must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need.
Coming from you, I doubt that. You stealer.
Graha's the one I'm more worried about.
She's the one that was stealing his food.
Mostly his cookie, but she also took her pickles away. Anyway,
thank you, friend. Whenever you are ready, please join me in the Aetheryte Plaza. I shall go on ahead.
I wonder what Xenos is doing right now. I mean, he got the big world-ending threat to make us angry.
Yeah, he's probably brooding because we just, like, I don't get to fight my best friend, I don't get to eat
right
Zodiac.
now, as I recall, right now he's just kind of wandering aimlessly through the snows of Garlemald, just...
sulking.
I don't want to say sulking, but probably sulking, yeah.
Or
whatever his equivalent of sulking is.
Just
trying to entertain himself on what middling sport there is.
Remember when Lydia said, should we go and maybe have people follow him? And we're all like, no!
Yeah, that wasn't Lucia, that was Maxima.
I'm sure he'll turn up to be a problem at some point.
We're all just like, no, leave him alone.
Access to the Aetheryte you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at the time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days.
Yay, yes.
As such, I would encourage you to attune with the Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor.
So we can attune to the damn thing now. Yes!
Give me the Aetheryte!
Got it. Also, it should come as no surprise, but this here is the endgame hub like Yulmore was.
Yeah.
Now, over here.
I figured Charlene would be the in-game hub.
Oh, Charlene's the main city-state, like Crystarium.
Yeah. Usually the smaller city, in this case Razatan, is the one that functions as the endgame hub.
And,
for like your endgame gear and shit.
And in Stormblood it was,
Ralgur's Reach.
Yeah.
And in Heaven's Ward it was Idleshire.
Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Razarhan's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead.
You said we're meeting somebody.
Doman delegates, Ishgardian delegates, the Minson, Gridanian delegates from all the city-states.
What is this music?
It's from Shadowbringers. Anyway, we have the dialogue?
Yep.
Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to...
Oh, so you're the famous warrior of light, eh? I knew it the moment you stepped through the door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell.
Well, however you pronounce that name, please. You're speaking to the Satrap's honored guest and a savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect?
Shirabat, I guess. He's a piece of sherbet.
What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally, then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, oh great champion of Eorzea, scion of the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, and all-around good egg, I'm sure.
Don't forget stealer of pants.
Oh yeah, that's right. What do we say? This talk of eggs reminds me I'm late for dinner. What do we say?
Who are you? I think is more prevalent.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably.
Who are you?
A fool with too many scars and knees that ache in the winter. The name's Shirabat, and I attend a business here. As for what sort of business, how can I put it? Razarhan welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes?
We've saved all of them at least once.
We've got representatives from Doma, Ulda and Alamigo, Limsalaminsa.
Just smacked his own head.
Gridania. And last, but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouths that bridge the distance between Razarhan and their respective homelands. We've used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself.
Shit's fucked.
Paperwork.
What are you like? Why is every single report in every crisis only shit's fucked?
Well, thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are turned to beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed, have given us much to consider. It's concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. It is contrary to what one would expect.
Imagine it was the trigger pull the skies turning red.
Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thavna reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this island and Corvus. Alas, that is of little comfort. Aye. All throughout Allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Khazar. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being sent ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, their transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here in Razarhan, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, blasphemies. As fitting a name as any. To ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Aye. Each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies in their spawn, as and when they appear. At the same time, they're doing all in their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it is for that very reason that we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength, and help us slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into all the fine cuisine. You've gained access to the roll quest for Endwalker.
Hey! Separate quest lines now available for tank, melee DPS, range DPS, magical range DPS, and healing. Sundrop agreed to help the last ones.
Already wrap that now.
Okay, so
do it, man.
which one's the melee DPS?
The one that won't be read.
Demon.
Limsa.
Me. I'm Demon. I'm gonna grab that now, and then I'll just do that my own turn.
I'll wait until
I see Lord Heon in the review picture. I am pleased with this.
Yeah, you will be going to Doma.
I see the Admiral.
And I will be going to Alamigo and Ul'dah. I'll probably do mine all at once I'm max level.
I wonder what each of them are.
I mean, with me, I'll probably only do this role quest, but with Vela, I'll do them all once. So.
The tank is Gridania. I didn't expect it to be Gridania.
No, I mean, like, I'll do my quest line once I've max level, so I can just speed blitz the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. Alamigo is healers.
Yep, and probably my favorite of the bunch.
Doman is, physical range DPS. And that leaves Ishgard with...
Which is caster.
The magical ranged.
Alright, Radiant Host Soldier.
Odd picks. I honestly thought Ishgard would be the tank one.
Yes, I want to think. Either that or physical DPS for Dragoon, but anyway. Pray forgive Shirobata rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it is simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You'll be rejoining your companions, yes? You know the way to the Bane?
I have a
time on like the back of my hand.
I can get there. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant Host, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Radz-at-Han in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, that we might honor Ahawan's legacy and serve Master Vritra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain.
Well then.
Alright, let's go have dinner.
They said drinks are on the house.
They do not know what they have unleashed. So
we go to the Mehan.
The Mehan. The Mehan 6.
Now. And look, we're just in time for dinner.
Melil, give me my meal.
Welcome. When the Satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kozal from your friend Grahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are merit treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with?
A glass of your finest local spirits.
We're getting wasted. Let's go.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's just get alcohol. Mika's on board.
As you wish. Pray join your friends, and I will bring you your drink.
This is the Warriors of Light and Darkness. We're talking about going to a bar.
Cat Mom, I'm gonna get drunk.
Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant Host want with you, pray tell?
Roll quest.
Roll quest.
Job stuff. New armor.
Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
So every so you see, every single job has its own unique quest that give us new abilities and armor and stuff. It's great.
Waiting for first dialogue.
So blasphemy is now plague all around.
Right out the gate.
Auto event.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend.
And what she hands you actually changes based on what you pick. It's very nice.
May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more. So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Well, if we could find an Ascian still alive.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead. Elidibus.
What?
I sealed him in the White Horusite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul.
We never did use the Blade of Light.
However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. We can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
Back to the first, then.
We are going back to the first.
Yeah, what did we say?
I'm surprised there's anything of Elidibus left after we fucked him up like he did. It kind of seemed very fine.
I kind of like the middle one.
Would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well,
Yeah,
indeed.
see what's going on the first.
Right. Let's do that one then.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else,
So
should we
Graham
learn the
can't
first
go
is safe,
between
we'll have that
the
much more
world either.
reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Charlie and Hydaelyn. They might know.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
And that.
Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends, and end begins.
I'd say more to Emmett the way he's actively narrating us.
So we can still talk to Elpis?
As long as we're at the tower and we can get into it, yeah.
I mean, there's gotta be something more to, like, the previous ones. I'm thinking of, we had the memoirs, we had Papalimo kind of in a fucking diary, Lys recounting events of Stormblood. See, the way he's actively saying what we're doing, there's gotta be more to what's going on there, man.
What about just watching us from the ethereal sea? Anyway.
What about Gaia? Doesn't she have her memories?
It's like all over the place with her. Like she like knows, but I don't think she necessarily has the memories themselves. But anyway,
the process has been complete because she rejected it.
Anyway, now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order?
I'll manage.
In that case, it's time we each attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reem. Tell her I miss her.
Doubling down to send you back there yourself one day. And I have dinged. I'm 89.
Nice. Oh, higher.
That is exactly the achievement, yes.
Yeah, it's literally the lyrics in the song.
I noticed.
Alright, Graha. Take this, my spirit vessel.
You still have that thing?
Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower's sisters in the umbilicus.
It's also by Orosite.
If even the smallest fragment of Elpis' essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the Ascensa gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I'm living my life to the fullest. That I am happy, hardships and all. Well, we'd best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long.
Shame we don't have a picture of Borga Cat, because I would absolutely love to show it to all of them.
Very well then.
Alright.
Starium.
To the first.
Indeed. I'll teleport us to Fort Job.
We go on to the first. And what's a good thing that I can fly in all of the Shadowringers areas, so I can fly us everywhere.
Back to Northrend.
Where are you?
The first. They did say a little bit of what was going on was leaking into the first and the other reflections, right?
I don't think that's what they said. Simply that if the source winds up being destroyed, then the reflections will share in that fate.
Yeah. Because
I cannot fly.
These are all kind of possible realities, all still tethered to the real world. If the real world goes, they kind of get scattered and destroyed.
I like this place.
Sky's still sunny, that's good.
I can't help but wonder if they'll ever add housing districts to the first. Like the Crystarium or Yulmore.
Captain Lena?
Sup, we're back and shit be fucked. Again.
Hello, Lena.
She's gonna be like, what in the seven hells are you doing here?
Ah! You are returned!
It's been a while since I've heard her voice.
Have you been well? You and the others?
What do we say?
Bottom one, because yeah.
We got a lot of shit going on, but we're surviving.
Tiny things.
Then things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself.
Not the word I'd use.
He said this to you. These exact words. Oh, to know that he is happy. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you for taking care of him.
Someone has to. The bastard won't take care of himself.
When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile a request though it is.
Yeah, let's not mention the incident at the tower, because she somehow breached the walls of reality to give her pseudo-grandfather a smacking.
And tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for tomorrow.
I wonder if they start to colonize the empty.
That'll be a long time before that's livable, but eventually.
If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our Lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Rin came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late.
Here's the Oracle of Light.
She and other Crystarium youths just hosted a festival, you see. It proved so popular that there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her?
She can sense it.
Yeah. You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well. I shall fetch the key at once, and take the opportunity to find Rin. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say. I'll be along as soon as I can.
So Rin can sense what's going on.
She's the Oracle of Light. She's connected to Hydeland.
She can at the very least sense that something ain't good.
She used to be in Venthylia.
Indeed. To the Crystarium.
Goal!
You guys can open. So many quests.
Cabinet of Curiosity.
Following cannot be
skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder.
Shall we click yes at the same time then and auto?
Yeah. Well, it's not voiced. We're just going to be standing still in one spot looking from side to side as people approach us.
Ah, I remember this. We did this recently for the some shit in Ishgard.
It's kind of like that, yeah.
I would have doing the building for the residential zone.
Let's see here. I forget who's saying this, but do my old eyes deceive? Is that truly you?
If I had to guess, old eyes. Oh, here, Numo.
Backlog! Ha! It is! Oh, glad am I to see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, We're planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's Return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours will be the one to crown them all.
I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds.
There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you could indulge me just one for now. In your quest to restore the night, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle?
What's the bottom one?
I have no idea.
I love how it doesn't mention Elpis.
Elpis came after we restored the night, so.
Yeah, I'm just, this game makes me surprised, but I'm just really curious what that one is, but I'd say Hades, because, you know, NSL.
I mean, I am very...
So do we want to do Hades or the surprise?
We can split.
Okay. I've already done this before, so I'll do the surprise. You guys do whatever you wish.
Alright, I'll do Hades.
I shall also do me.
Alright. Alright, so if I say it's a surprise, if I do the surprise, he says, "Truly? I never would have guessed." But then if I could, I suppose I wouldn't have had to ask. It literally just lets you fill it in yourself.
Wow.
I don't know, it was that one thing that happened sometime, it was very boring, anyway.
Yeah.
Yes,
maybe.
Hades, who sought to resurrect his ancient brethren. He was the final obstacle in your quest to restore the night, your battle in the depths of the tempest, the stuff of epics. Yet compelling as it is, I worry that mere words won't do justice to that faithful confrontation. Not that we would think to omit it, but...
Yeah, so, and Moran continues, "'Tis a tremendously eye-opening answer, and we'll see that your account of this battle features prominently in the tome."
Now the Becklug.
I know you'd love to talk their ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. These documents from Yormor won't collect themselves.
Of course. And afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treaties.
Till next time, then. Do tell the others to look after themselves.
I'm going to see Cat Sid and Dahlia.
Our overzealous friend in particular. Remind him not to overexert himself. Again and again until his ears fall off, if that's what it takes for him to take it to heart.
Probably take even more than
You see, here's the thing.
but-
We start telling that to Graha, and then Alize comes up and starts telling it to us. We're just as bad as Graha, really.
And Alpino tells it to Alize.
So how many people are we just
Then
going
Alize ignores him.
running into as we
I believe
stand
there are
here?
3 people. I believe there are 3 people we wind up talking to.
Is that the Warrior of Darkness?
And Light, and who knows how many other clouds. No, hey, children.
Children!
Children.
It's them! It's really them! What are you doing here?
I cannot get my voice that high right now.
If you're going into battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself.
Best not, Riki. You'd only give them a stomachache. We've come to see Morin, to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. While I know that I want to be a mage, our kill isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow.
Oh, you need a tank, you need a healer, and you need a damage, so go for... If you're doing magic, you should probably go for the axe.
They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He knows about lots of things. He isn't here? Oh.
Oh, why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arco best? Axe, sword, or bow?
Well, he looks kind of like Ardbert.
Axe. I mean, they need the tank.
Do we want to do the... Alright. Alright, axe it is.
The axe. If you took up the axe, you could be just like
The other us. Yes.
Egbert, the warrior of light. Damn right. I bet he's hovering over his shoulder, so like, thanks.
I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today.
Yeah, he's
really
no longer
popular now.
vilified.
I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. And when I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you.
Uh-huh.
Bye, dipshits. Remember when Hori, Boulder, and Colton decided to have a fight with us?
Yeah, if I recall, it didn't go well for them.
We won, but it was still a spectacle everyone loved to watch, and it spurred the kids on.
The kids,
which was the whole point.
The Doman Adventurers Guild, as they call themselves.
Yeah. Oh.
Such fun she's been having basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does she spare a thought for me? Of course not!
Oh. Scottish Pixie Mom.
Scottish Pixie Mom?
I waited and waited and waited,
oh, no.
but she once more has acknowledged the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing. Our sapling is cold and cruel and heartless!
I'm sorry?
Scottish Pixie Mom! Okay, can we just do the middle one, just to, like, ease her so she doesn't smite us?
Yes.
Sure, how faithful, faithful, loveliest of branches, how I have missed you. Mummy!
Scottish Pixie Mom!
Truly missed me. You should have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call me with twice the passion next time. Though for there to be a next time, you've some few struggles to overcome.
As you should know, you can dimensional travel yourself. So,
So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it?
yes, again.
How do I know this? Oh, joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow.
This concerns me.
But that I could aid you in your quest. But the fate of we Fey folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams.
That's not.
But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. But here are the ones you were waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits at tale's end.
Thank you, Scottish Pixie Mom.
So the Queen of the Pixies is spying on us?
Of course she is.
Of course she is. She's mom, and she knows what you did, and she is very disappointed in you. You should be ashamed of yourself. We all should.
My apologies for the delay.
Irene.
It's so wonderful to see you again.
Mini-Phelia.
You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure.
Thank you, Lena.
Reen! I will give you head pats.
Where's Gaia?
I don't know. Off sulking somewhere.
Once the leader of the Silent Seventh Dawn, now a child. With head pats. Adorable. Go!
I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling, like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin. Never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me. A connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered. As if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower.
Same thing happened to us.
But then I blinked, and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen.
Probably the exact instant Zodiac died. She felt.
As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. What are you not telling me? I have to know. Please, it doesn't matter how terrible it is.
Things are dying, and it's not good. It never is, but, you know, there's a special layer of bad now. Ow!
Bless you, Christ.
Jesus, man.
Fuck!
4 in a row.
Ow.
Another one in you?
Nope. No, I do not. Ow. Ugh.
It wasn't my imagination, then. The doom we witnessed in Amarot has come again.
My poor voice.
I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the First. So don't worry about us. Please, look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No. We'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too shall we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky.
You are too brave for your own damn good, kid. I need to be right back. My throat needs soothing. Fuck my
Anyway, about 30 minutes
And
left.
we get the new weapon.
Yes, what is my new weapon? Let's have a look, see.
What
Better.
in the... What in the shice basket? I don't like the colour. See if I can dye that.
Nope, definitely not this one. Spacebo, come back to me, I need you. Yep.
I'm back.
I missed my chainsaw.
Alright.
Well, you have it glamoured because you can do it right here. Is it in the Crystarium?
Alright. Should we talk to Reen?
Reen, share thy words.
You're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with Elpis, right? I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena. Decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now. But we'll see each other again. I'm certain of it.
You better.
I'm a
Now we
slight
go.
bit
I'm still waiting
I'm
for that
slight-
wedding invitation for you and Gaia.
Yeah,
Time
I'm
to grow up,
slightly
Earth.
I am slightly disappointed that we don't see like anything of Gaia right now.
Well, she wasn't part of the main scenario, so they kind of had to work around that.
If she appears, it would be in
I mean, the Crystal Tower used to not be.
They incorporated it in
required,
the main
and then-
scenario when Shadowbringers came along.
Yeah, it didn't used to be part of the main story, but then they were like, no, we kind of need this.
Yeah. So, if Gaia shows up again, it'll be in another raid series somewhere down the line. Kind of like they've been doing with, well, a lot of the Sith stuff. Who appears mostly in the raid series nowadays.
Been a while since we've been to the Docile Gate.
Hey, we used to come here all the bloody time with MSL smirking at us in the wings.
I will be right back a second. My mother is like coughing up a storm, and I gotta check on her.
Okay. I've already talked to the guy, so I'm just gonna linger here in the dialogue box.
Indeed. Looking to Elpis.
Yep.
I'm surprised they brought him back. His last scene was very final. So I wonder if that kind of came... That wasn't necessarily the plan at first, that kind of came along.
Who knows? Near as I can tell, because of Final Fantasy XIV's narrative structure, they have a habit of walking back death things a lot. Like, we've seen how many times they've had death fake-outs with Y'shtola.
Shame about those times they didn't have death fake-outs. Most recently, the Satrap.
Yeah, but he was a relatively minor character, so...
Yeah. Palima, Dale... Dave. I wonder if Hyphladeus... I mean, we still have the Amarot City. I wonder if Hyphladeus could tell us something.
Not much the Shade could tell us at any rate.
It should at the very least hold all the knowledge the original Hyphladeus should have had through the eyes of Emmet Selk.
Yeah, all the knowledge that Emmet Selk would know Hyphladeus would have, at least. And I just drew a really shittily drawn dragon head on a government document that was sent to me.
Okay.
Because the document means literally nothing to me. Or rather, I have no idea what to even do with it, and it was literally just a notification that the $1,400 we got in stimulus funds over the course of the pandemic are non-taxable. So it's telling me not to list that on my taxes, but I don't even know how to do that shit, and I don't think I've even done it once yet, so...
Alright, I'm here.
Let's go!
Alright.
Into the Crystal Tower.
Welcome back. The captain has told me all. Give the word, and I will show you to the ocular. Proceed to the ocular. Ugh. This next cutscene is voiced.
Enable auto this. Elizabeth.
Ghosts. Zoinks.
Guys,
Zoinks.
I see ghosts.
So quiet now. All his books are still there. I imagine Mika has the urge to organize them.
She has more important shit to worry about right now.
White horse, right, here we go.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Is Elizabeth home?
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
Still hanging in there then.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream.
There's the sympathetic asshole.
You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all.
We kind of killed your one true god. About that.
Zodiac is no more.
So,
He is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill.
No kidding.
Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Guess he's willing to play along.
Let's just thank him. I think he needs the platitudes.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel.
What?
Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long ago.
It started with Fandaniel, even back then.
Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days.
The irony of that.
Yeah.
And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation. So consumed by self-loathing and hate.
He changed a lot, clearly.
Elpis. Yes. The name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He...
Hermes?
Was Hermes.
He was the messenger god?
That
Right.
is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there.
What?
In Elpis.
I mean, we were Azam back then.
No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
Time travel story?
In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days.
So if we change history, we destroy ourselves.
You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come.
Yeah. If we change the final
In
days
full
from ever
knowledge
happening,
of
we
this,
cause a massive paradox.
will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
And that
the doctor would have choice words for us.
Yeah, bad. And would explode.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let
So how
this
do we get
be
back?
my final act.
The portal will remain. We just have
You
to
must input the commands. I no longer have the authority.
The tone can be changed. Grant
First,
proves that, but we
you must
destroyed
reconfigure
our
the
present.
systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic.
If we have to come back, we can't change it. If we don't have to come back, or if we're jumping to a different shard, it's a bit more fluid.
So yeah, we kill everyone we're trying to save if we did change it, so... All the shards, Reen, our friends, everyone. So!
Other than that, we just splinter into a new parallel timeline.
The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular.
Though he said he saw us there in the past, this sounds like a predestination paradox.
I mean, we're probably going to see ourselves, like, as them.
I mean, like, he says he saw us as we are, not as him in the past, so this has already happened.
Appears to be in order. The ether flows
So will
unimpeded.
our past self be able to see us?
Maybe all
The magic should consume every last mote of my essence.
So do we see as them?
I'll let you play the expansion.
Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act?
Oh, this will kill him.
Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting. In that promised land. Beyond memory and dream.
By the time he returns to DLC 2.
Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back.
Well, fix your mess, one way or another.
Well, at least he was
helpful,
willing to cooperate.
The fate of the stars at risk.
Well,
Grudges be damned.
Hydaelyn, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us.
For now.
May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
I wonder if we're going to meet Hydaelyn in the past, like when she was just another ancient Vanar.
That would be great.
Oh, this looks familiar.
Although is everybody going to be like really big compared to us?
Yep. Doing this whole shtick again.
Whee!
In the time vortex we go. We're really far back to before the start of Unsundered. Holy shit. Assassins everywhere. Including ourselves.
Like 12 or 18,000 years into the past, yeah.
I mean, meet ourselves, have a multi-warrior blight story.
That would be fun.
We'll meet a past incarnation of ourselves.
Oh, you've redecorated. I don't like it.
Look, we're intangible.
We're in Asian town now.
You know, it's really weird to see these guys, like, not like us. To see them actually tangible.
Yeah.
My God, they're
And with their hoods down, no less.
And their hoods are all down, but they're still wearing the mask.
Of course they do. They always
Part
wear
of their
the
culture.
Let's see if we can find any with red ones, shall we?
If we see La Brea...
Well, we have a bloody hate series. Godlike man.
I take it we're all in different instances?
For the moment, yeah.
Aetherite-like device. I just think that's an aetherite. Yeah.
Oh, we're so tiny.
Oh.
The device is reminiscent of an aetherite. Perhaps it is possible to attune with it.
Attune.
Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. Let's talk to the godlike man.
Or maybe it's just the fact that we're, you know, a ghost.
Alright. The man stands dutifully by the aetherite-like device. A guide for this facility, in all likelihood.
Hold on. I am in the past and I'm doing the mandible dance. I feel like this was necessary.
Alright. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As Elpis warned, it appears your form is intangible.
Conversing woman.
She's next.
She has her mask off.
This is the right place, right? Propylion?
Judging by the woman's words, this facility is called Propylion.
Elpis, yes.
You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing. And it seems, neither does she.
We just have to listen and look. That's the aetherite. Where's the last one? Hey, Black Road Man. Sup, fellow Asian? How's it going? I'm a ghost.
This remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask, much like the phantoms you encountered in Mario Lamentorum and the recreated Emerald.
We are literally the ghost of futures yet to come.
You have made it to your destination.
Well, we're here.
You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction.
The lasso was definitely Thanatos, right?
Alright, let's go try the front door.
Tall bitches, I'm down here.
Yeah, by the southeastern point. That's where the door is.
Sturdy door.
It leads to a voiced cutscene, so let's
wait on the first dialogue box, and then...
Why are we trying to open the door? We can just walk through it.
Apparently we can't, else we would.
But we're a ghost.
If we could face through the door, we could probably face through the floor. That'd be complicated.
A couple of new arrivals.
And here we are, Elpis.
Enabling auto advance, I am.
Yep.
Yeah, that's...
Well. How rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor?
That sounds like Hyfladeus. Yeah.
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
Hyfladeus.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary?
Emmett!
Surely you can tell who we are.
I know that voice.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
And I most certainly recognise that Ascian mask. Hello, Emmett Selk.
Emmett got Norded.
I was gonna say, he looks like Xehanort.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, he looks like he did before, just with different hair. And he
Is that
sees
Hypo
us!
Day?
That's fun! Hi!
Wait, does he see us?
Satisfied?
Surely not.
He just looked right at us.
Is that High Philadeus?
I thank you for your cooperation.
Philadeus with the pink
You're
hair.
free to go about your business.
It's like a girl.
He also called Emmett handsome, so...
Hythlodaeus is absolutely the funny man of the group. God, they're tall.
Again.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
They both see us! Hi guys! Hi Emmett, I'm your best friend from the future. How's it going?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
Lies.
I'm the foggiest of what you're talking about.
You're just trying to ignore us.
That's odd.
You hurt us, Emmett. After all we went through, we're going to go through time travel, you know.
It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The colour of its soul is almost identical to Azem's.
You can see our soul. We're busted.
Hythlodaeus always had really
suppose
good
she
eyes.
created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
He thinks we're our own familiar. Amazing.
Okay, I'm
Don't
really
ask
not
me.
liking how...
All I know is that
Hades
it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image.
We love you too, Emmett.
So let's leave it be. Come now.
We all know the whole...
So does Emmett just not like us? Or...
He's trying to ignore us because he just wants to do his job and go.
And he happens to adore us, Em.
It's
half the
trying to
reason you're
say
so desperate
something.
to bring back the
But
world.
it's literally too intangible to form words.
Use your creation magics.
Could we just do, like, hand signs or something?
Why don't you give it some ether?
Can you give us something to write on?
Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Yes, and we won't mention the part that we killed you.
Who do you take me for?
A lovable asshole.
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded.
Hythlodaeus, where were you when he was committing genocide?
Sacrifice to Zodiark.
I really don't like the look in his eyes.
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
We've had worse from you.
Man with a villain rose. Can't you just say it's Hades, please?
Well, we're to refer to him as Emmett Selk because that is currently his title and position.
But his real name is Hades.
And we are Asm. They
You
don't
may
know
open
that,
your
but we are.
eyes.
They say that we look very identical to Asm.
We have this. We have a similar soul color, at least. Anyway,
We're huge. Will this
for a Lalafell, they actually made comment in this cutscene.
Wait, are we the same size as them now?
Yep. Hopefully this won't transition back home.
You even adjusted its size.
If you're a Lalafell, hit today's comments.
The
You're
better to
still
indulge
small.
your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
It's fine.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings. I am
Okay.
Hythlodaeus,
We're not
Chief of the
supposed to
Bureau
change
of the
anything,
Architect.
though,
Yeah.
Sulking
we're
beside
talking
me
to Emmett
is the
Selk.
most honourable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend?
So we
Yeah, we've met.
I guess we shouldn't tell them that we are actually Asm.
A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words.
Yay for the echo.
So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here.
Ask Elidibus. Who's a child right now.
You do
but
not
yeah.
know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then. What brings you here?
So things just got complicated. Do not interact with anyone. It could be bad in merely interactive. Emmett Selk, the man we kill in the future. Oh, good.
What do we say?
I seek a man named Hermes?
Bring us to Fan Daniel. I fucking hate him.
Is that what
Well
we
now,
yeah, I went for it.
the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
Yes, let's go with that.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
We are here.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend.
Funny that.
And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work.
Hermes,
We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide.
And blackmail him.
Is this when they recruited him?
And
to
I
be
should be
Fan
happy
Daniel?
to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If only he
harbor
knew.
suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree?
So you were always this much of a bastard.
He's always been a snarky guy playing.
He might feel a little awkward knowing
Besides,
that he is talking
having
to
a
Azim,
mysterious life form
the
in
real
tow
one.
is the norm rather than the exception here.
Please tell me we get to see us.
I will tell you nothing. You'll just have to see it for yourself.
So, can they still only see us, or does everybody see us now?
Everyone can see us.
Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge. Elpis.
So is nobody going to question the big scythe on my back?
Let us not draw attention to it. The less questions they ask, probably the better. Oh, that's neat how this is a zone.
The world unsundered.
But no, and Doggo!
What?
It's Heidelin.
This presence.
Oh! So would be.
This presence, she senses us. And...
Can she
bird
sense
goes.
us?
Visitors! We have visitors!
Hermes, oh, hyphen Daniel.
That's... What the hell is that?
Child of an unknown species and Fendaniel.
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
Many. Welcome to the Unsundered world, guys.